On September 23, 2002, a game for the Nintendo GameCube was released called Star Fox Adventures. Being the next game in the Star Fox series after a 5-year gap, it was highly anticipated. However, the history is written on how people felt about this game, at least for a time. Many people know of this infamous title due to a YouTube video by a certain game reviewer.
What is this? And why is it in my Star Fox game?
The ridiculous aspects of this game compared to the lore known previously about Star Fox is jarring, to say the least. Who is Crystal and why is she in my Star Fox game? What is a Krazoa? Why does this stone with a Scottish accent squish me to teleport me to the next area of the game? Many people dislike the 180 in terms of gameplay for Star Fox. I will say, I've always loved this game. It is one of the most misunderstood and unfairly hated games released by Nintendo. The atmosphere is unmatched to any other Star Fox game, and I spent many hours enjoying the music and quiet areas due to how gorgeous they were. Incredibly intricate textures and designs for areas you don't really spend that much time in makes it easy to get absorbed. Music that is non-intrusive and well orchestrated also adds to the feel of this entire game very neatly. The graphics for this game are still impressive, it being released in 2002. Did you know this hasn't always been a Star Fox game? Probably. If you know about the infamous Star Fox Adventures, you might be aware of the fact it was the final game Rareware developed alongside Nintendo before being bought out by Microsoft. The bad blood between longtime Rareware fans and the slew of shitty games they released with Microsoft felt terrible. No Banjo 3, no Conker's Bad Fur Day 2, no Donkey Kong 65, but allow me to introduce you to the most snubbed game out of this entire period ever. Dinosaur Planet. Star Fox Adventures was originally developed under the title Dinosaur Planet, not being a Star Fox game at all. Originally, you were to play as Crystal alongside Saber, two Fox characters that navigated through Dinosaur Planet on their own storylines. With the release of the Dinosaur Planet developer build, a mountain of information as to how finished this game was before it got transferred to GameCube and turned into a Star Fox game has been discovered. I initially intended for this to be one video, but as more people make more discoveries through Discord and collaborating with one another, I definitely can't cram it all into one video without it becoming instantly dated. For this episode, I'm going to point out some of the obvious inconsistencies within Star Fox Adventures and where they reappear in Dinosaur Planet. Rareware rushed to finish Star Fox Adventures due to the looming Microsoft buyout date, leaving many parts of the game unfinished, dialogue abruptly cut out, and places in the lore that simply aren't there. Let's compare the first major cutscenes in the game to one another. Honestly, there's not that much of a difference between the Dinosaur Planet and Star Fox Adventures cutscene with Crystal flying on the Cloud Runner. We learn that she is trying to save the princess of the Cloud Runner tribe known as Kite, who does not have a name or context in the final game. Notice that there is no stupid fake language in the original game, and I want you to note how silly it is that they decided to make up this language for the final game when they could have spent it developing characters that were unfortunately cut. Oh yeah, Crystal was going to have a sidekick character much like Tricky, Kite the Cloud Runner, except much less annoying.
Randall, what's happened to you?
It was scales, but I'll be fine. And what about you?
No need to worry about me. You taught me well.
Did you rescue the princess?
Yes, but she's stuck in a cage on the galleon.
My dear, Dinosaur planet is in extreme danger. You must take this. This is my spell book. General Scales tore out most of the pages, and they must be scattered all over the planet by now. If you find a page and have collected enough magic energy, you can use the spell.
I'll look out for them, so you don't have to worry about Scales anymore.
It's not Scales I'm worried about. Let me tell you about the history of Dinosaur Planet. When time was just beginning, a race known as the Krazoa ruled this world and much of the universe. Though in a great battle, they and much of the universe were destroyed. And from this destruction came life. The dinosaurs' god, the great Chimeria dragon, created this world. And since that day, life has been good. At least until General Scales unleashed his army. But there's something else. The King Earthwalker discovered this sacred place and began to think the ancient texts were hiding something. Maybe the history of the planet was wrong. You must go to Discovery Falls. You'll find some answers there.
But what about you? And how will I find this place?
As long as I stay here, then I'll be fine. The magic within this place is keeping me alive. Search this chamber for an object and use it to escape from the mountain. This will take you to a friend of mine. He'll direct you and the princess to Discovery Falls.
The first obvious difference you'll notice in this cutscene is the orange fox guy. That's not Fox, and that's not the other hero of Dinosaur Planet. That's Randorn. Canonically, Randorn is the father of Saber, and he is badly wounded. For convenience's sake, I'm going to refer to the male protagonist in Dinosaur Planet as Saber from here on out, despite the fact he obviously has a Fox McCloud model. Here's some screenshots of what he would have looked like. Randorn gives a brief explanation at the beginning of the game about what a Krazoa is, where you need to go for answers, all things that literally never come to light in the final game. Discovery Falls is not even an area in Star Fox Adventures. Many areas and characters are renamed, the first most notable area being Thorntail Hollow, known as Swapstone Hollow. This introduces the main mechanic of the stories in the game and how you switch between Crystal and Saber.
Thousand years I have been left alone to sleep. What do you want? Now, if you push that then, you'll swap to your friend.
You're supposed to help.
Oh, then you can enter the cave, and when you have collected a Krazoa spirit, and you'll walk to Warlock Mountain.
Then I'll send you to one of those warps.
Know what I do,
We'll get
so
back
hurry
to you
up
in a minute.
and make your choice.
Forward on the control stick, then you can enter the maze. Now this one's a bit special. When you have collected a Krazoa spirit, then push right on the control stick, and I'll send you to Krazoa Palace. Now, you know what I do, so hurry up and make a choice. If not, then press B so I can get back to sleep.
You talk to one of two different swap stones when you can no longer progress with one character to then switch to the other.
To swap to Saber's adventure, or go to Warlock Mountain, then come and visit me.
If you know your Rareware lore, the stop and swap Easter egg will probably come to mind here. I would guess that their ideas of swapping things back and forth certainly had an impact on this game, especially considering they were more ambitious with this project than any of their previous ones. My personal favorite character and area in this game is the Shopkeeper's Cave, also called the Thorntail Store. The music, the bargaining, the weird little spats from the shopkeeper, there's just something about it.
You do not have enough scarabs to enter.
Based on the Swapstone cutscene we watched from Saber's side of things, you'll notice the messed up dialogue that doesn't match the voice lines. This happens in a cutscene with Tricky's mom as well.
If you don't want to do this for me, then do it for Randorn.
What do you mean?
He has been mortally wounded by scales. If the magic energy extraction is not stopped, then he will not survive.
This can easily be explained by the fact that this developer build was the December 2000 version. That's when they were adding Fox into the game and changing different elements to make him fit in rather than keep Saber. Anyway, back to the shopkeeper. Many objects are not able to be bought or interacted with, as there is no scarab bag. You can pick up scarabs in the game, but you can't do anything with them, nor is their account collected, leaving this mechanic unfinished. Interestingly enough, there's a room with maps that have big funky rareware text showing off the world map. I wonder if this area would have looked anything like the map you can view in the final game, albeit different due to the fact there's a different layout for adventures. To end off this episode, I want to give a thanks to the Dinosaur Planet Discord for being the most dedicated group of people I've found for this game right next to the Star Fox Adventures speedrunning community. This video is possible due to how organized the Discord is, and to passionate people like myself that truly love the game with its crazy development period. Kevin Bayless was one of the lead designers for this game, and recently had an interview reminiscing on the time he had making Dinosaur Planet before it got switched to the GameCube, all thanks to this leaked build. The full article is in the description. I wanted to thank him as well, because he helped create one of the most beautiful and intricate games on the GameCube that has had a lasting effect on me personally, and clearly many others too. This video is sponsored by Smasher Soap. If you use discount code SPINDA with a 1 instead of an I, you can get 10% off any purchase, and you can help support me make more videos like this and also make more Melee videos.